And we're back in today's rapidly shifting landscape of parenting, where the pressures and expectations seem to change by the minute. Finding steadfast guidance could be a challenge. Yet, despite these evolving pressures, the core principles of effective parenting remain as vital as ever. Our next guest offers practical and reassuring insights into navigating the complexities of modern parenting. Joining me now and sharing more is the author and former elementary school principal, Patricia McGann. And thank you, Patricia, for being with us.
So nice to be here. Thank you, Darren.
You know, it's hard work being a parent. I got to admit it. You know, we've all, if you've got children, you know that, and it's a tight rope that you have to walk. But one of the basics is really dealing with character development. That's a core tenet of really parental responsibility. You walk through this in your book. Share with us a little bit about the importance of character development.
Well, I think, Darren, that this society that we live in right now emphasizes different values than most parents have. The idea of being aggressive and entitled and getting things that you want no matter how you have to do it. And most parents want children with strong character, children of integrity, who are compassionate. And so those two things butt up against each other. And that's when parents must be steadfast. They must teach their children their values, and then they must live by those values so their children can see what it looks like to be a person of strong character.
So you take the time to write the book Steadfast Parenting, and it speaks all to itself right there, steadfast parenting. But how do you describe steadfast parenting?
This is really a book that parents can use as a guide as their children grow. It's not a book you have to sit down and read from beginning to end. It's about the process of growing children in a world that's not always friendly to children. And so it's divided by developmental stages, and there is advice in there, but there's also a lot of encouragement for parents to trust themselves and trust the process and stay in the moment and keep their eye on the child in front of them.
And not only do you talk about the parents, you talk about the child in depth as well, looking at some of the issues that children are really dealing with right now. And at the forefront, in the midst of this, tumultuous world, you've got a lot of kids out here that are dealing with anxiety as well as depression.
Absolutely. And, the exposure that children have to social media and the devices that are present in their lives really don't give them much time to come down from all of that. And so children can get exhausted and become quite anxious. And of course, at this time of year, the anxiety might go up for a lot of children who are heading back to school. They might be worried about having friends and fitting in. Will their teacher like them? Can they handle the academics? And so the anxiety level may go up, and parents need to be aware of that.
Yeah. And in writing the book, obviously, you take a lot of knowledge, information, and resources, and you can put them out there for both parents and families out there. What is the most important piece of the parenting component that maybe sometimes the average parent is missing out on?
Well, I think the one thing I would say to parents today is to try and filter out all the demands of school and work and society and activities and move and the expectations that society has for children and for parents. You're not worried about a product. You're not growing a doctor. You're not growing a lawyer or a teacher. You're growing a child. And so to focus back on that child who's right in front of you, where he is now, enjoy him where he is now, support him where he is now, and he will grow as you want him to, and you will both be fine.
Yeah. And the common mistakes. I mean, obviously, parents do have the opportunity to make mistakes in their parental journey. We all have, but let's talk about them. You address some things that people should probably potentially do, but then also stay away from.
Right. I certainly made a lot of mistakes raising my five children. And I think that perspective and the perspective of being a principal has helped me to understand that the mistakes are part of the process. But some of the things we don't want to do is we don't want to get into a competition with the people down the street. And we don't want to try and live up to the images of social media and the expectations of society that they interfere with the relationship between a parent and a child. And so to focus back in, to eliminate some of that input and focus on enjoying your child and enjoying what he is becoming on his own with your support and your love.
Yeah. And for people who want to get some information about the book, Steadfast Parenting, where do you encourage readers to find out and go get the product?
Steadfast Parenting is on Amazon and it's on barnesandnoble.com, and Roman and Littlefield, which is the publisher, their website also has the book.
I see. Now, I got to ask this question. You said you have 5 children, so does this mean that there are more books that are coming on the way?
Oh, absolutely. And I have 15 grandchildren, so I'm thinking maybe the next book should be for grandparents.
I think you got a lot of content there, so you can tell you can tell us a lot. 5 and how many grandchildren?
15.
God bless you. All right. Well, it's been great talking to you. Listen, if you want more information, you can definitely follow on social media. Again, Patricia McGann. And as she said, she's got 5 children, 15 grandchildren. I think she knows something, y'all. Come on. All right. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Open coming up right after this.